The Earth has existed for billions of years. It has survived earthquakes, meteors, and atomic bombs. But in the last 50 years, we have destroyed it in a way that humanity or natural disasters have never been close to before. The Earth's resources are running out. We destroy vast expanses of nature and release too many toxins that not only worsen the environment for us, but also for plants and animals. To change this negative trend into sustainable development, we have to work together, and we have to do it now. But let me tell you a little about what we do at Eskilstuna in Hui och Miljö to be part of creating a world that lasts for many more years. Take this apple. When you've finished eating, you throw the apple core in the food waste bin. But of course, that's only the beginning. Aside from plenty of good vitamins and nutrition, this little apple contains a whole load of valuable energy. When that bin over there gets emptied, the food waste gets sent to our biogas factory, where it gets digested and turned into biogas, which in turn can replace fossil fuels like petrol and diesel. In other words, you help us run our city buses. In addition, what's left over from the digestion process can be brought back to nature and used as nourishing fertilizer. Thus, we've created a cycle. But this is just one of the things you and I can do to save our environment. A good start is to stop seeing all the things you throw away as rubbish. If we instead look at them as resources, you can probably see where I'm going with this. You know what? I can actually show you. This is the waste staircase. Every step describes a way of handling waste, and the higher we get, the less we affect the environment. Here, right at the bottom, we have a landfill, where waste is dumped in a pile. The waste that ends up here can never be used again. In other words, this material will disappear from the cycle. Unfortunately, this is the case for most places in the world today. But in Eskilstuna, we don't throw anything away anymore. Quite the opposite. Instead, we cover up the old landfill to stop toxic substances from entering the groundwater when it rains. The next step at the stairs is incineration, which involves burning the materials. In some cases, you can utilize the heat that's generated to create heating and electricity. Approximately 50% of all waste in Sweden gets incinerated. The downside with burning waste is that the materials can never be used again, thus disappear from the cycle. This is why we in Eskilstuna have chosen to burn reusable fuel like wood residues in our district heating plant. We've now reached the step we've become world famous for here in Eskilstuna: recycling. As an example, we have 3 different collection systems for packaging. Aside from our many recycling stations around town, our apartment block residents even have a well-established system with a sorting room. And house residents have a system we call colour sorting. This involves sorting food and packaging in separate coloured bags. All packaging that's thrown away then gets further sorted, sent to the factories and turned into new products, allowing the material to stay within the cycle. At Eskilstuna, we even have a place for returning items you want to get rid of but are too nice to throw away. These things bring us to the next step in the stairs: reclaiming. This step goes hand in hand with recycling of material, but takes it a step further. The Eskilstuna shopping centre here in Eskilstuna is an excellent example of how to make the best use of the Earth's resources, and a unique example at that. This is a place where you can leave your old things to be reused, but also buy reclaimed clothes, furniture, bikes and electronics. Like any other shopping centre, except that every item here is a reclaimed product. Now we're right at the top of the stairs. This is where we talk about reducing the amount of waste by being smarter consumers. For example, riding a bike instead of taking your car, and buying organic produce. So what can you do? You've already taken the first step by being here today, because without the knowledge, we don't know how to help. Hopefully you'll learn something today that you can go home and tell your friends and family about. But what's most important is what you choose to do with this knowledge, because after all, it is down to us, each and every one of us in here, to take care of our Earth. It's the only one we've got.